Hey, I like to ask homosexuals a question. Uh, they say that this is all discrimination, that we're discriminating against them. Okay. Uh, who discriminated against you for not procreating? Who discriminated against you? If you say that it's the same, homosexuality is the same as heterosexuality, then you should be able to produce the same results. And so you should be able to have children via homosexuality. We're only talking about heterosex and homosexuality. That's not what's happening. You are using the resources of heterosexual lifestyle, okay? Heterosexual adoptions, children through heterosexuality. If anybody is discriminating against you, it's Darwin, it's evolution. If you say you have a natural gene, there's some kind of thing, and you're born that way, there's some gene in you or something like that, then that gene says that you're not attracted to the other sex. You will not reproduce them without heterosexuality, without artificial insemination, which didn't exist at a certain time. Okay? So you're supposed to, by nature, without adoption, without the resources of heterosexuality, homosexuality would not exist. So literally, we're grafting in a bloodline. And if you look up marriage, it's about bloodline, it's about procreation. Procreation. You cannot say you're infertile if you never have infertility. There is no fertility in homosexuality ever. Ever. So to invert fertility and have infertility is you have to have fertility. There is no fertility. It is non-existent. You can no more get pregnant from homosexuality than I could from masturbation, you know, or anybody could from masturbation or from a dildo, you know. There's no difference. Pins, cameras, they don't get pregnant. You know, computers don't get pregnant. You know, so by the laws of the universe, by your own study and belief in evolution and Darwinism, unless you have some kind of which throughout history, you know, homosexuals are supposed to end their bloodline. Their bloodline is supposed to end. We're supplementing. It's inhuman. It doesn't create humanity. It's not humanity laws. It's not civil laws. Okay, it's not human rights. It's sexual, and it's not a lifestyle because there's no difference between a heterosexuality and a homosexuality. We do everything the same except for sex. It's not a lifestyle. It's a sex style. It's a sex style. It's a sex style only, and the two forms of sex are not equal. So this is not about equality. There's no equality in it. And that's average common sense. So why are these laws happening? Because politicians and money and all that stuff, and corrupting politicians, and somebody saying, hey, if you do this for us, I'll do this for you. You give me money. Politicians are starting to try to make money off of this. And actually, politicians, the only way, lobbyists and stuff like that, the way, the homosexuals said they bought Clinton a long time ago. Now again, Clinton is better than the warmongers. Is a lesser probably of two evils in certain ways. Not when it comes to RFID and ID, universal ID and RFID. Well, they're basically, bought politicians when it comes to those kind of things. You know, you know. So So they have this thing for power on a different thing. So this is all about money and corruption and political corruption. So there is no discrimination. Who discriminated against you creating your own? If homosexuality and heterosexuality are equal, then put two homosexuals in a room and let them come out with a child or pregnant. You know, then you're equal. Then it's the same. So what you have is we're by evolution, by a gene that says you're not attracted to the other sex. You don't want to be heterosexual. You don't want to procreate. What we're doing is supplementing and grafting in all these things that don't further life. All these humanity laws for creating life, because that's what evolution is that's what marriage is about. Protect the bloodline, procreation, and supplements and ownership of property of non-related individuals becoming one flesh, one or procreating. Okay. Now, again, they say, well, it's about love, and so the adoption is about humanity. They're so humane and stuff like that. You know, that's not true. Not everybody wants to adopt. Not all the homosexuals want to adopt. Okay, and so it's about love. God is love. God, love is, you can't judge love. You can't judge. I can say I could love you and get all your stuff. I could be a young boy and say I love this old man and get all your stuff, you know, and get willed all your stuff. You know, we can't judge love. You can't judge love no more than you can judge God. And considering God is love, I understand why you can't judge it. So you got to toss out love, and what you leave is money. If they don't have all the other things, then if they don't have procreation, if they don't have bloodline, and really, marriage is to protect bloodlines, because if you do all this other finagling and fiddling around with genes and gene pools and the green monkey trying to, two females can't share chromosomes or genes in a child, and only through this new green monkey tampering can they have two females genes and traits in one female. So it's literally, when they say marriage is to protect the bloodline, it's because the bloodline will be corrupted by science. And this ain't new to God. Okay, it's already in the Bible when we talk about the Nephilim and these angels or beings coming down and having sex with women. They corrupted the bloodline in Noah's days, so God wiped it out. He's like, no, no, and it's that simple. So to have all these artificial things and all these artificials to recreate man, to literally make mutants. It's mutated genes. So it's really about mutants. So, it was nice the day when science fiction was science fiction, but it's not no more. Anyway, so if anybody discriminated, by all rights of evolution and genes, homosexuals do not reproduce, and what we're doing is supplementing them with all the resources, adoption, children, and all the resources of heterosexuality. All these things that are about humanity, we are, that develops humanity and life and furthers life, we're draining in something that doesn't create life. Doesn't create life. So it's inhumanity. It's inhumanity. If it's not about humanity, then it's inhumanity. And that we can have. So they have humanity, and so if you invert it, then it's inhumanity. So these inhumanity laws, they're not civil laws, they're inhumanity laws. And so we're grafting all this in. And in this economy, married people get benefits. Because we know men and women are at war all the time. It says it in the Bible. A woman, that's why a woman will desire the power of a man and say that that we're equal, even though a man can never have a child. How is that equal? It's not equal. It's different. The circle of life is like a magnet. You have to have two polar opposites, and they gotta find a balance. In order to work. And so we know that man and woman are always at war. So to instigate them into coming together and producing a beautiful thing like a child, you have to have some incentives. I'm just joking. But really, you got to make a life a little bit more bearable for us to tear each other apart. And if you say, and then you have a sense of duty that is beyond yourself to stay married. And when you start making laws of love, of marriage just about love goes in and out. Everybody know that. It's not enough to keep people together. And that's the problem, it's all about, whether I'm happy or not. Marriage people, real married people, stay together out of duty. Love is optional. Love won't keep you together. I'm sorry. Not when it comes to marriage. Marriage is duty. In marriage you have sexual duties that you have to fulfill. You're not supposed to be, I'm not going to sleep in a bed. That's not what marriage is about. You married to somebody and then they reneging on the services of the contract. Part of marriage is sexual duty. You're supposed to love your husband, and husband, you're supposed to love your wife. It is not right to deny them sexually. What we need to do is work on getting marriage right, because that's the thing that homosexuals try to guilt you with. Us, I should say. But I'm not married, so I don't have to say us. Anyway, in that instance. But anyway, we do need to work on having better marriages, and then we will have less, children out there, so that they can say, nah, well, you look at how pathetic you are, and trying to guilt you into shame. When marriage is all about covering the shame, and that's why they want it. It won't go away because of that. Anyway, it's all about money, And so we need to work on our politicians. You need to talk to your politicians. God bless you all. Love you all. God is love. And he loves you regardless of what.